Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name is Wendy Wing. I'm doing a reading for the collective. Hello, collective. So glad that you're here with me today. So, since this is a general reading, I'm tuning into general energies, not tuning into one person's specific energies. If you would like a reading where I tune into your specific energies, I do mediumship readings, can do a tarot reading, a psychic reading, business healing, house clearing, communicating with beings, guides, things like that. And it's right now, the way it's listed on my website, it's just under a psychic reading. So you don't have to find what it is that you're looking for. It's just a 50-minute reading, and we can custom make it for you and your needs. So anyway, that if you would like a private reading with me, the description or the link is in the description box below. All right, collective. In the past, you're in Empress energy, fertility. An Empress, there's no gender in tarot. So, but the Empress definitely embodies feminine energy. An Empress is someone who let's stop. Feminine energy isn't about skirts and makeup and kind of frivolous aspects. Feminine energy is receptive, allowing, nurturing. Masculine energy has a focus and a doing quality, where femininity, I'm getting this feminine energy of knowing so much your worth and allowing the universe and people to come to you. The Empress is not going out and trying to chase things down, chase people down, chase love. The Empress is someone who knows their value and worth and allows, receives. It's much more passive in its knowing. It doesn't mean that the Empress isn't doing anything. It feels like a lot of manifesting and creating from this point of view. Wow. All right. All right. So wow, Empress, and then King of Cups in reverse, and then clarified by the Empress again. I'm getting that in the past, you've had to work through issues of emotional manipulation. Okay, I'm getting that you are a very warm and nurturing, abundant person with a lot of room for growth and evolution. Like you're some of you might be growth junkies, as in excited by the concept of consciousness and enlightenment and wanting to see the truth of yourself and activities like that. And so there's this evolution. I bet if we looked at your life, there's you're very different and becoming more and more different than who you were at the beginning of this life. And So this isn't just a passive energy of sitting. An Empress is willing to take action when action is necessary. And it looks like to really step into this Empress mode, this very powerful, divine, feminine energy, there was a need to release things, release people, release situations who use emotional manipulation. I'm getting that in the past, because you are so kind and generous and warm, beautiful energy, that you have attracted people who do not have that aspect. And so it feels like a codependency, or like a glomming onto your energy, because you are so giving and caring. And so it feels like a lot of you have attracted energies that are either codependent or dependent, people who need more from you than they're willing to give. I also get the feeling that these people who use these type of emotional tactics also projected their limitations onto you. And so you might have believed and taken on their insecurities. It feels like they needed to keep you insecure. Otherwise, you would find out, you would see who they really are, that they're really dragging you down. But by constantly cutting at your self-confidence and self-esteem, negging, someone who can rarely ever say anything nice about you. They're always nitpicking. They're always, it feels like it comes from their lack of self-confidence and their lack of self-worth. And if you realized how worthy you really were, then you would not stay with someone who's draining your energy. And so there's this tactic of negging negatively constantly, and it feels like it kept you very depleted and needing to get approval and validation from this person. And I have a feeling this might be coming up in your family patterns. It feels like, if it doesn't come up, it does feel like this is how you were raised. That a parent constantly leaving you feeling depleted and nitpicking and not enough. And it makes you work really, really hard for their validation, for their love, for their approval. And I get why, and if this is resonating, why we would choose that as a child, because we were trying to survive. But it feels like it's a program that kept running. And as an adult, in adult relationships. And so there's this, it feels like in the past, there's something exposed. You saw this person clearly, that they're not helpful for you. They're actually an anchor. And if it's more of a codependent relationship, then they are an anchor, and how you behave with them is an anchor, like self-sabotage, feeling that needy for their validation, instead of realizing that you can give yourself that validation, that they're not, it feels like they are really getting their hooks into this constant working to have them approve of you. it feels like an obsession. It feels like oh yes. So it feels like the more they reject you by negging you, then the more you chase to try to prove yourself and your worth, and it just keeps you constantly in that cycle instead of realizing that you don't have to play this game at all. And there are plenty of people who appreciate you and value you. Yeah, this feels like a very important lesson, a very important, empowering lesson. Also realizing the power of your feminine energy. I get the feeling that this person made you feel lazy, or somehow there's some kind of anti-feminine energy here, that it's not enough or not good enough. There's something, well, side note, maybe that's just for some of you. All right, so in present energy, you're in crown chakra. So crown chakra is right here, about right here over your head. I see this as a tuner, this chakra, this energetic center. Whatever you're thinking about and focusing on, that's the color, the vibration, or the mixture of colors that I'll see in someone's crown. It, by tuning in the crown chakra, then it informs the rest of your chakra column, what energies, what frequencies you're tuning in at. Are you tuning in the frequency of work? Are you tuning into the frequency of victimhood? Are you tuning into the frequency of joy and celebration? So the more you have control over what you're tuning into, so the more you decide what you're going to think about, then the more control you have over your energetic system. Sometimes I feel that my thoughts are thinking me. Maybe when I'm in a storyline, when I'm really in something very emotional, then I find I have less control, and I'm kind of in it, and that's okay. It's not about controlling and being perfect. It's about experiencing this life, how becoming more ourselves. And for each of us, the more yourself you become, then, you know, how beautiful that is. Following your dreams, following your intuition. Oh, 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 wow. Okay. You are tuning into right now, receiving your blessings. It feels like for a long time you've had limitations about your worth, your value. Quite possibly you didn't realize your own worth and value, that you are the empress. Maybe you've allowed people to neg you, and how people perceived you was how you perceived yourself. You are no longer, it feels like a shift between only perceiving yourself how others perceive you, to perceive how you care, how you think of yourself wins. Wow, it feels very freeing. And it feels like you are ready to receive blessings. You're having some awareness of beliefs that maybe self-sabotage. yes, there was this person in the past who was emotionally manipulative. There might be a lot of people who fit that bill of this position. And that colored how you saw yourself. It could even be like limitations around, God, I'm coming up with childhood examples, like you're too small to ride this ride. You can't be a pilot in the Navy, in a fighter jet because you're a female, and women, I'm telling my age, but I was told things like that. And I felt very limited as a female. I felt very limited by my size. I kept coming up against these limitations of people telling me what I can't do. That I can't, it feels like I allowed, so what's happening here is as a collective, we allowed people and their perceptions, their limitations were projected onto us, and we took them as truths, and we're realizing that those aren't truths. And it feels like you've been sifting through, like, what is a projected limitation that I have just taken the ball with and run with? What am I ready to let go of? Because it feels like you are very ready for blessings to come in. You have separated yourself, like negged yourself. Someone definitely started this ball rolling of devaluing you. Feels like it's coming from childhood. And you've continued to devalue yourself. Now that you are leveling up, you are opening that crown chakra to a receptive energy of receiving your blessings. This is a timeless reading, but I'm recording this on November 8th, 2022, and we've got a full moon tonight. And I feel there's something about this full moon, about eclipse season as well. There's a contraction in November where all of these seeing, it's getting easier and easier with this contracted energy to see and feel and sense these programs, these limiting programs, these limiting points of view. And behind that, once you start letting these go, I feel like blessings, wow, a lot of blessings. Yes, you've got like this new point of view, this new perspective. I feel like there's a taking your power back and realizing that you have the opportunity to cast aside and let go of so many ways that you have self-sabotaged. Yes, people have definitely sabotaged you. People have definitely manipulated and taken advantage of you. Now you realize that you can accept that that's what happened. And you also accept, like, I devalued myself because I thought that was as good as it gets. I see that now. I accept that I did this. I co-created these situations. And now I'm seeing them from a very different point of view. That I've sacrificed myself again and again and again. I've sabotaged myself. It's time to release that. It's time to, it feels like you've got all this wonderful karmic energy that's just being held back from your energy because of beliefs that you can't have that energy, and yet it's right there, it's all around you. And so the more you allow that in and be in that receptive mode of appreciation is a good receptive mode, love, appreciating all those blessings instead of waiting for the blessings. Well, once the blessings get here, then I'll appreciate them, but I don't see them showing up, and so I'm not going to be grateful for something that isn't here. That's not how energy works. Appreciating the blessing before it even gets here, not even knowing what it is, not being attached to even needing it, but being in that state of incredible appreciation. Feels like appreciation opens that crown chakra too, and allows, when you're in that appreciating energy, it is an allowing. There's no defensiveness when you're in appreciation. You're allowing and trusting. Wow. All right. Family patterns, collective sacrifice. The Hanged Man. Seeing things from a different point of view, surrendering. What is the family pattern? Oh, okay. Well, this also makes sense with the new moon. This is a new moon in Taurus. And so it has to do, for the last week, I think there's been a lot of base chakra energy, work, health, finances, jobs, physical body. What's coming up in the collective is how you work for, okay, there's something about a drudgery in jobs that there's a picture in the collective that job, work, your work is something you have to do. You actually spend like 1/3 of your time at least doing this thing that is kind of a pain in the ass, but it's what you have to do to survive. It's a sacrifice. And then maybe you can, even though you spend so much of your time at this work that you don't really enjoy, you need to sacrifice to, so hopefully you can create fun in other areas of your life, because it's not going to be in this. And what I'm getting is there's a shift of that's really not success. There's a desire to know your self-worth, to know your value, that your value comes from within. There's something about you that makes you special and unique. And to follow that, to follow your passions. I'm not saying everybody go out and quit their job and follow that passion, but creating a space, only you're going to know if this is right for you, but finding what your passions are, just making that shift and change until it is something, until you create something where it doesn't feel like job and a work, something you really enjoy doing. Something, creating a space for yourself and a work environment that gives you everything that you need, that you find the abundance and you love doing it. So that 1/3 of your time is not doing something that is just exhausting, that you feel depleted. I remember bringing this topic up with someone, and they said something about, well, we need ditch diggers. So not everybody's, I mean, we need people that are going to do jobs that you don't find appealing. So not everybody can have this luxury. And I was like, I disagree. I think if we let everybody choose to be themselves, to show up as themselves, to follow what they're interested in. I know people who love cleaning, love it, love organizing things, love straightening things out, love seeing a mess and coming in and fixing it. That is not me. I can get into that gear, but it is something I kind of have to work myself into. I think there are people who want to. I think if we allowed everyone to be themselves, if we didn't have that belief that there are only a few of us who can be successful, that can be abundant, that can enjoy their lives. I feel like this is coming up in the collective about work, and it's coming up, towards moon. So it's around the work, health, abundance, very first chakra, very earth type of energies. So I love that it showed up here. All right, a personal issue collective is 7 of Swords, deception and envy. I feel like you're taking your mask off. You're feeling more and more comfortable showing up as yourself, not having to hide who you are. That feels very empowering. Feels a little scary at first, maybe, for some of you. Okay, right now, ooh, interesting. Okay. There's someone in your energy right now, someone who's cold-hearted and cruel and bitter. This does not feel like your energy, collective. This could be several people in your energy right now. This could describe a few people. Let's see if we get any. Okay. There's someone in your energy who's cold-hearted, cruel, and bitter. I feel like you called them out on their lie or lies. You called them out on their deception. Oh, you unmasked them. This could be a few people. This could be the more, as I'm reading your energy, collective, it feels like you are becoming more and more yourself. You are taking off your mask, and you are willing to see very uncomfortable truths about yourself. As you start doing this, and as you continue to do this, I feel like you are, it doesn't feel like you're giving people much of a choice. You are calling people out on their lies. And this is, it feels like you have, there's something about working with your emotions here. You've learned to not allow people to emotionally manipulate you, or you're not as easily emotionally manipulated. And so it's really easy when you're in your truth and when you're speaking your truth to just be honest and be very clear. Let's see if there's this energy has been showing up in the readings lately. It feels it's like a side lesson that's going on right now. I'm getting that the outcome, you're not quite sure how this is going to turn out. Some of you might be really wanting the truth to come out. Feels like people have hidden the truth for so long that you have even lied to yourself. It feels like, I want the truth to come out. I want to expose this person. I want to expose this situation. And it might be affecting, like, I feel this yearning from the collective of like the truth. I want the truth. It feels like if the truth were to come out, there would be some vindication. I think the more you need, the more you're attached to the outcome being that the truth comes out, and the more you are attached to whatever outcome, then it doesn't feel like it will. It feels like you investing your time and energy on this is not a good investment. The more you are detached from needing a specific outcome, I feel like at this point in the game of this energy, it's time to take care of yourself. You know the truth, and detach from needing the outcome to be, just kind of be like, I have no idea what's going to happen. I know what I want to happen, but I'm detaching. I don't need to find my satisfaction. I don't need it to turn out in a certain way. And if you do find that you need a specific outcome in order for you to be happy, that's being attached to an outcome. And so the more you can release a need to control what happens, then it feels like the easier this will go. Wow, interesting. All right, so your conscience, what you would do if no one was there to judge you. Your conscience is in the energy of sacral chakra. So sacral is down below, behind your belly button, maybe a little lower. Sacral chakra is an energy center for creation, creativity. With all this Empress energy at the beginning of the reading, I'm not surprised. Fertility, like literally, sexual energy, creative energy, manifesting energy. For those of you who, I'm getting a hit for younger feminine energies, like literally female energies here. If you are wanting to get pregnant, this is a real fertile time for you. Wow. Okay, that feels like for a few of you. For others, it feels like this is a huge creative time. You might notice that you are feeling a little bit, I don't see the Hermit yet, but it feels like you might be separating yourself to tune into your own energies. This is a real creative time. Imagining what it is that you're wanting to create next. how that would feel. Oh, instead of creating from, it will look like this. Okay, I'm getting that in the past, you might have had like a picture of what would make you happy, and you had a limited set of pictures of what one does when growing up. For example, doesn't have to be this at all. I'm giving an example that growing up, you had a picture that what I want to do, I've got some limitations about what I can do as a human being, maybe as a woman, but as a human being, what I could do, I'll get married, I'll have kids, and I'll be so joyful and successful in that. So it's a picture, and you might have gotten husband, kids, or if you're male, you got the wife, you had the kids, but there was never satisfaction. So you created the structure of what you wanted, but you didn't manifest the emotions of what you wanted. And right now is a time to sit in the emotions of what it is you're wanting to create. Especially with the Taurus new moon, it might be around stability, security, abundance. How would you feel if you were so stable? Stable in your emotions, stable in your physicality and in your life. How would that stability feel and make you feel as you walk through your day? How would it feel to feel so secure? Secure in your finances, secure in who you are, secure in your growth and evolution, feeling safe. I'm getting that some of you might have difficulty even imagining what it would feel like to feel completely safe. I know that if I can't imagine it, if I can't conjure those emotions, and that's what imagining is, you're creating those emotions out of thin air, but your body doesn't know the difference. Your body, you're feeling it like it's actually happening. Imagination. Can you imagine walking through your day to day and feeling so safe? Can you imagine having abundance? I think I really like the definition that Bashar Daryl Anka has for abundance. Abundance is having enough to do whatever you want when you want to do it. Wouldn't it be amazing that if you had a desire to do something, that the abundance showed up, that you worked in conjunction with the universe so seamlessly that you knew that whatever it is you wanted to do, that you would create abundance. Wow. All right. So your desire right now is passion ignites, Ace of Wands. Yeah. Right now, I definitely have this feeling that the Ace of Wands has been showing up a lot. There's something about following your passions, an invitation, an offering from the divine, something that gets you excited to be alive, that creates a fire within you, a fire that makes you excited to get up in the morning, something that you look forward to, something that when you're still in bed in the morning, you're like, I'm so excited for my day. I'm getting that some of you are not sure what to do with passion. I'm getting like a serious energy of oh, it feels like passion maybe in the past. Okay, so passion ignited in the past might have taking you off course at times, being so focused on someone or something that you get kind of lost in the sauce. And it could be overwhelming for some of you to be that passionate about things. So there's something about wanting to be passionate and excited about something without having it take you away. Yes, there's a temperance. There's a balance, a harmony, a moderation. This feels like a belief that you don't, when you are given either an opportunity of someone who you're passionate about, or something that you're so it's like you become kind of enmeshed in that energy. So for some of you, you might be so distracted in your passionate pursuit that you neglect family and friends. For some of you, when you're in a relationship, you let go of your path because you get so focused on this passion with whoever this person is. You lose yourself in their energy. And I'm getting that there's some balance, that it doesn't mean that you should reject passion and not allow passion into your life. Feels like you just have an intention to learn how to create balance and harmony, and also have things you're passionate about. All right. Your higher self is in the energy of 9 of Swords, suffering in silence. 9 of Swords is a mental prison. It seems that you've got these beliefs, thoughts that others, there's something about your home environment that, finding love in the home isn't going to be for me. I get the feeling that some of you are disappointed from your family of origin, that there's some level of dissatisfaction, like that your needs weren't met and you felt very unloved. And I am not saying we're blaming anybody for this. It's a fact. If this is resonating with you, that you did not feel, there was harmony, that there was a breakdown of communication. What I'm getting now is it's time to let go of those limiting beliefs. Why you've been suffering is you've been trying to make it work with people who, they might be your family, they might be your spouse, they might be something to you, like an archetype, spouse, father, mother, siblings. They might be an archetype where you feel like you have to find harmony with these people or you're not going to find it. What I'm getting is that a lot of you are creating a picture of suffering and being alone and separated and isolated from the ability to create that in your life. Whereas what I'm really feeling is that there are people out there who are waiting for you to become more you. The more you become, the more you vibrate at your core frequency, then you will be able to find a found family, a soul tribe, your star seed family for some of you, your sangha, your, trying to say it like different ways of your group, your people, your homies, your group. And it's not based on an archetype that you it feels like a letting go of needing to try to it. So in the past, you were trying to create success with someone who you might have been connected with and grown up with, or recreated this scenario where you're trying to get their approval, you're chasing after them to get their validation. And it feels like as you let this go and allow people to come and go into your life, people who fit, who resonate more, who have the same values, and they become your family. All right, your challenge right now is intuition, High Priestess. I know I have a challenge to my intuition when I'm too emotional, when I'm stuck in a storyline. When do you know you're stuck in a storyline? When all you can think about is the story, whatever story that's going on in your head, a story of who did you wrong, or a lot of times being in blame keeps you in that perspective. And yes, how you're perceiving it could be very true, but it is a stuck and fixed perspective. And there are other ways of perceiving the same event that are also true, but might have a broader point of view. And by seeing things from a broader point of view, you can see how it, bigger pictures. A lot of times we make such a big deal out of our stories. And I'm not saying, not having compassion for the stories you're in. I understand the need to allow someone to be right where they are. But if it's still 10, 20, 30 years of telling that same story and it has not changed, that is stuck in a story. That is an inability to see things from a different point of view, a different perspective. And so the more you are stuck in your emotions and unable to use your intuition, then you don't have access to new blessings. The more stuck you are in a storyline and stuck in those emotions, then you don't create an opportunity for new emotions to come in. It creates a sense of blocked and emptiness. It's a painful, disconnected place to be. And if this is your challenge, it's tough. You feel very disconnected to all of who you are. I get that. I do. If you're having difficulty with this aspect, it is a beautiful leap forward when you stop needing to when you stop needing everyone to perceive the story the way you see it. There's something very freeing about accepting what's happened and perceive and look for and tend to see bigger aspects of the same picture. It's a lot of trauma healing that I'm feeling in shadow work with that. All right, so the lesson right now, collective, is choose wisely. 7 of Cups. Yeah, yes, choose wisely. Are you choosing from a picture of neediness? Are you choosing someone or some situation because you just you need this? That's it's gonna be, it depends what picture you're choosing from. If you're choosing from a space of satisfaction, confidence, then you will find confidence and satisfaction with what you are choosing. If you are depleted and needy, then there's something matching that energy in what you choose. And so there's an invitation to be careful. Looks like a lot of you are having some new financial opportunities coming in with this full moon in Taurus. Like I said, there's finances, health, your job, something about your skill. There's a new opportunity. This opportunity might seem, it might feel like you aren't qualified. You might feel like it's over your head. However, you are much more qualified than you think. For a lot of you, you are stepping into a role where you will be respected and be a leader, creating stability. I get the feeling for a lot of you, you're going to be creating like a new rules of society. Maybe you have a very new, fresh approach of whatever this is. Feels like a lot of us have been waiting for you to become more you, to step into a position where you can help guide us in whatever this skill is that you have, and become a leader. Feels like you've got an amazing amount of focus. Feels like this is very destined, and the only thing I see getting in the way is you getting in your own way, you not believing, you still having limited beliefs, and not believing in yourself, self-sabotage. Other than that, this feels like a rubber band has been pulled back, and now it's just released, and you're going to be catapulted forward. All right, the advice right now is hope. Not trying to control anything, not trying to control outcomes, to remain open, to not be attached to any specific outcome, and hopeful. Sometimes when I get really yearning, that yearning energy, It feels very like a neediness and a yearning and a lack of belief that it's going to happen. With hope, I feel like to practice activating the energy of hope in my space, a lot of times I will give the energy of hope away. I hope that person that I saw who's sick, I hope they get better. I hope that someone who I talked to and talked with and they're sad, I just have so much hope for them to find whatever their answers are in their own time. Sending out hope, kind of, instead of holding on to a neediness. There's something about giving that energy away that helps counteract that neediness and yearning type of feeling. Some of you, also the advice is to let go of your past. There's something, someone feels like you might be spending some time in the past. There's also an invitation to forgive, to let go of past hurts. Forgiveness does not mean access. Just because you forgive someone does not mean that your boundaries, healthy boundaries, come down. Forgiveness means I'm no longer going to carry the pain of this forward with me. I'm working through whatever difficult emotions, processing them and releasing them. I'm releasing the storyline. I'm releasing this person. I have the full knowledge of what has occurred. It's not out of naivete, but it's actually out of a great deal of wisdom, knowing that if you move forward with and try to carry this pain, that it will get in the way of your success. And there's something about moving forward and being free of things that have held you back. And only you can do this. If you're waiting for someone to change before you change how you feel about them or the situation, then you're giving your power away. You can make some really drastic, powerful, empowering moves here. So, all right, collective, this is your reading. I hope this was helpful. Take care. Bye.